Hi y'all. I am back and it's been a while since I uploaded. I got new glasses, so they look a little different. Um, yeah, so my channel's going to go in a new direction because we just found out. Well, we didn't just find out, but we're pregnant. I am now 7 weeks pregnant. So the last video, I think I was talking about ovulating postpartum. So I ended up ovulating in August. I did not get pregnant from that cycle. And then went on to September cycle, and then we did conceive. So yeah, we're really excited, anxious because it is the early days now and you just never really know. I did have a miscarriage at like 5 or 6 weeks, the cycle before we conceived our daughter. Um, so, once you've had a miscarriage, I think you hold your breath a little bit through the early weeks. And so I'm still kind of in that mode. Um, I can do a little recap symptom-wise from weeks 4 to now 7. Um, I it kind of well, I guess I have to start with the 2 week wait because around the time of implantation, I'm assuming I basically I knew something was up because I ended up getting flu-like symptoms without actually having the flu. I had like body aches and chills and like extreme fatigue. It was nuts. And so I felt really, really bad. And I thought, maybe something's up. And I ended up testing early. I tested at 10 days, 10 days, 10 DPO. Sorry, I'm like feeling not good, and I'll get to that. Um, so I tested early at 10 days past ovulation and got a very clear positive at that point, which I was super excited about. I didn't try to test that early with my daughter, so I'm not really sure if I could have got a positive then, but I really assumed at 10 DPO I wouldn't get a positive, and I did, so that was really awesome. Kind of after we had the positive tests, sort of like all the implantation and like early stuff sort of settled, and I had almost no symptoms from like weeks 4 and 5. I felt sort of not an aversion to food, but I just really didn't want to eat much, which was kind of strange for me. Is like I just wasn't interested in food, and I did lose a little weight during that time, probably about a pound, not much, but I'm a thin frame, so and when you're pregnant, that's the opposite of what you really want. So I was like, oh, I gotta pick this up. Anyway, then we hit week 6, and this is on 6 weeks on the dime was when I started with morning sickness with my daughter, and it was a little bit different now. It was kind of a slow ramp up, so I just started to feel queasy off and on, and like it kind of has now gotten to a point where I feel pretty nauseous off and on throughout the whole entire day. Now I'm lucky I don't throw up. I didn't throw up with my daughter, and I don't foresee that happening unless it gets worse. So I don't actually throw up. I just feel nauseous. And I would say my fatigue level is a little bit better than it was when I was with my daughter, pregnant with my daughter, although I think fatigue is something that's sort of all relative. It's like I'm tired anyways because I'm chasing her and dealing with her. Well, that's another story actually, a little update on my 17-month-old Samara. She we actually at 4 weeks pregnant, a few days after I found out, we were knocked down the stairs by a dog that we were dog sitting, and so I was holding her, and we flew down the stairs, and she ended up actually fracturing her leg. So it's been awful, just as awful can be. And, obviously with hormones, I mean, I'm a mom anyway, so it was pretty tragic for me. Just having her be that hurt and having something like that happen to her, I just never thought anything like that could happen to her so young, and like, it was just really bad. So she's actually doing really well with it. It's at sort of an angle that's hard to walk, and they do allow them to walk because I was thinking, how am I going to keep an active toddler immobile for 6 weeks, a month, whatever. And so that was it was just a huge load of stress on top of like being newly pregnant, so that it was not great timing. But anyways, we fared okay. She's gotten around some. It's kind of made her insecure, so she's super, super needy. She needs to be held and talked to and loved all day. I don't get a lot done, so we have a little less than 2 weeks to go, and she had the cast for 4 weeks, and so after that, I'm hoping things can return more to normal. We'll see. Um, so yes, that's been a little lovely complication for us. Anyways, back to symptoms. I have now had sort of nausea, swing in, and then also I'm peeing a lot more. I am hungrier, but at like really weird times. I'll eat normal amounts of, well, I eat more throughout the day than I normally do. I feel hungry about every 2 hours. And I'm not a person that loves like gorging myself on food, and like I struggle with making healthy choices. I do eat healthy, but I've got sort of a high bar for myself. My mother is a very health conscious person and raised us to be that way. And so when you're pregnant, it's really a struggle to stay away from your cravings and to focus on eating good things. Um, so it's even harder for me to try to every 2 hours find something good to eat that will like satisfy me. So it frustrates me. But anyways, I also wake up in the middle of the night hungry. So I've had to like come down to the kitchen and like find something to eat at 3 in the morning, more than I'd like to admit. So that's annoying. And then add to like peeing more often. It's just, I'm not sleeping a ton, and I'm obviously very tired and want to be sleeping a ton. So it's not ideal in any stretch of the imagination. But it's early pregnancy. It's like what you signed on for. My husband is looking at me like, I mean, this is what you wanted, right? And while he's right, it's also not easy, especially with a toddler now. So I would love to lay on the couch all day. I cannot do that. So yeah, that's where we're at. I have my first prenatal appointment and ultrasound in a week on November 1st. So I'm super, super excited about that. We're gonna hopefully see the baby and, find out everything is okay. I always kind of hold my breath at that. So my sister-in-law actually just found out she miscarried at like 9 weeks. So I'm even more anxious about it, even though obviously that has nothing to do with me. I'm still waiting until I can see a baby and know that it's real and everything's okay. So yes, we are excited. We are optimistic. We are having another baby. So yeah, that is my news. I am going to try to do some pregnancy, like like upload, about pregnancy. So that's like my plan now. I would love to say that I'm going to do one every week. I am not going to guarantee that. In fact, probably do one every 2 weeks. I'll probably just like lump 2 weeks in together, because that's kind of like what I do in my journal too. So, yeah, let me know what other videos that you're interested in, um, like relating to pregnancy or motherhood or whatever. If you are interested in something that you'd like me to talk about, yeah, let me know. Okay? Have a good one, guys. Bye.